Hello guys, welcome to ZSX Challenges. I apologize if that was off center. If it just keeps on going off center, I'll put it up. But this kid's camera, the thing is, with even a cheap smartphone that costs like 3,000 rupees, still having a camera these days, logically speaking, there must be a camera available that's like a fraction of that, like maybe 500, 600 rupees. I got this for 580. And of course, it was there and it was marketed as a kid's camera. What luck. Hi guys. So you have seen these sorts of children's digital cameras maybe in other videos. Just look here. Can you read it? Okay, I mean this thing is so basic that it doesn't even have its own brand name it seems. But you can see the manufacturer, which is some person in China. It's sold at this bookstore here. And what the challenge is I'm going to do something that I've not seen anywhere else on YouTube with these video cams, these children's video cams. That is, make an action vlog. Basically, I'm going to film myself and a few other people doing all sorts of different sports that we do. They include shadow boxing, shadow knife fighting, stick throwing, archery, bow and arrow making, etc. You're also going to see a few clips out to train, and all that sort of thing. Basically, other people, they tend to take pictures of still images or like mild walking around. I'm going to see what the limits of this camera are for cinematography. Is it really a true action camera? Obviously it's not, but how much of an action camera is it? So gear up for the next parts of the video. Oh, so this is actually the first clip that the store person took. Or actually, I took of the store guy. He is my friend, so yeah, I visit the store regularly. Well, next part is going to be me just filming outside of the train. Yeah, right here. This is between the narrow and seaward train. Just watch it. I'm seeing how this camera captures motion, and it's pretty logical that the first and easiest thing to film would be this. I'm putting it between the mesh screens of the train itself because, well, another guy on the train didn't like that I was just wandering around the train itself. Here's the mesh screen of the train window. There's going to be later clips outside the door of the train as well. Now just watch. Self-explanatory. Okay. It actually seems to capture this motion still pretty well. Seems to near the NMMC building. That building is visible from far away. Like, if its motion capture doesn't do that bad when you just look out the train window. Right here. So, I'm going to timestamp up in this video. Okay? If you don't see a timestamp in the video, just click on the description. The very next timestamp is like put in the description. Where these train lines stop. So people that are going to touch the field while the description is out. Now the thing is, the speaker on this camera is very, very slow, but the microphone can actually pick up sound perfectly well. So while it's not really good resolution sound, the sound is reasonably loud. As you can hear here, the sound is filming a bit softer, but this guy is bouncing following. angle, how far I have to stand away from the camera for it to just poke out of my body. Really mild shadow boxing here. Real shadow boxing later. Also, realistic sound. Sound capture is really good. In fact, if the way to market a really cheapo camera, let's call it a kid's camera, maybe the way to market a really cheapo microphone and speaker and sound recorder would be to call it a kid's sound recorder for spy games. That might actually be a way to market the ultra cheapo speakers and just have them been sold. Now, I'm not sure how effective that would be. Now, this is, of course, decoy stick, so I threw a stick forward there. It's not visible at all. Just tossed it. Same problem with the train station, just close to my house. Maybe the one that means slow local train for those who don't stay at home. And this is me throwing that stick forward in slow motion. I put it down to 1/5 speed so you can see kind of how it captures. I think that was like 4 pictures of that stick. So, I mean, I noticed the stick was rotating, but it's not picking up on those rotations perfectly. But I won't showing the stick in full detail. Now, okay, here's another outside of the train. Here I'm focusing more on the floor, and here's an actual station that we're passing by. But they're never actually. Yeah, I'm looking on the train. I just want the camera like that, yes.
Yeah, free marketing for the camera as well.
The guys who make this camera have over in China, actually, they're watching this video. It's also the reason for this right now. I'm going to make another video with this camera, but with this one, this gets more views. It's good. You pay me and I can probably just boost this up. It's not
Tell me where they're sold.
Instagram, I can definitely boost it up. Or on some other websites. Well, I'll tell you this in fact. The first brand deal I got was a local candy shop. Maybe a local bookstore as well. They'll be with a brand deal. Let's have to figure out. Here's my shadow knife fighting. Of course, as you see, this is before I noticed that the lens angle of this camera is really, really small, like probably even worse than the resolution. And so you can't see my whole profile. The knife gets out of frame really easily. Most of my face is out of frame. But I mean, I like how my hand movements look. And here's shadow boxing. That was even worse. Like, it's out on the countertop. It's next to the wall, so it wasn't that easy to check. Especially since I don't know how to operate the front camera. How much of my body is actually showing up in this. But I mean, it's capturing my fist pretty well. I slow-mode this. You can slow-mo it yourself. I don't want to do it in this video. It turns out like each punch of mine is like 1 frame of this camera. Well, that 1 second toss was that, so maybe like 0.2 seconds is how fast is 1 punch. Now that's still not even close to as fast as Ali's punches, that which are like 5 times faster. And bow and arrow making. I'm actually making a bow and arrow out of wires in the bus stand. And this video, this is something I use Clipchamp on to kind of just speed up as much as possible. Yeah, the wires are coming together, so I mean, but it's kind of jolty. It's interesting when I speed this up on Clipchamp. It's quite jolty. It's at 5x speed already. It took like 15 minutes to make it. I think 10 minutes to assemble it out of 10 minutes out of the pre-cut wires. I'll make a full vlog, full video of how to assemble a wire bow sometime in the future, because I don't think it's fair to actually sell them. Or maybe it is, and you can buy them from me as well. The whole kit's wire bow and arrow and skewer arrows. You can buy them from me. I think people don't know the arrows, they have to be consistent, that's where the archer's paradox. Okay, so this is where Z finally comes in the channel. This channel's name is ZSX Challenges. Z stands for Zane, and my friend Zane is the one filming here. He wasn't actually willing to come up on camera, but he did film me for a couple of clips, and he's not an experienced filmer. But I am standing like 30 meters, 20 meters, maybe 25 meters, I'm not sure, away from the camera so that my full body comes into frame. This is actually how far he asked me to stand to get my full body into frame, and of course there's some uneven terrain there, so
Okay.
I hope you like my
That came out good.
sorry if this camera gives you a headache, like. But I like how you can now, it's almost choppy, almost like you can clearly see each punch. It's not like it's missing any punches, but it's not doing it in full detail. So maybe the trick is, if you want to film a fight scene with this sort of camera, and you want to sort of like choppy, like, you know, your hands are kind of like teleporting quickly, kind of like it looks chaotic type fight scene, right? From like a very narrow field. This might actually be the perfect camera for that sort of job. So you can kind of tell what I might do when Hamish's book comes out, and obviously his knife fights come out. Yeah, you might actually be able to tell. So right here, walking towards the camera, asking him to stop. Now Zan is going to show me throwing some sticks. First one's thrown forward. I can't even see the stick here. I'm going to throw a second stick. I actually stored these on the
Be careful the car, okay?
upwards, right? I was able to see it when I can see it in the air.
Amazing,
Yeah,
bro.
it is. Here's the third
Wait,
stick.
the bike is coming, bro.
Here's Zan just he puts down the camera. Because whoever's on the bike didn't actually consent to be in the video. Then we got this stick here.
If it's near 3 minutes, just make a new video, okay?
Toss it
Okay.
forward. Right here, I can see it, the background across the building. And then one last toss with the big stick. Yeah, that's me throwing the biggest stick right there. You can see it pretty clear,
Okay.
Amazing.
Amazing.
right? So, just for the sake of things, I kind of, yeah, I replayed this also in 0.2 speed. You can see it turn pretty well, right? Now, finally, I am actually going to film Archery here. This is my own miniature wire bow, right here.
It's a pretty narrow lens, it's obvious.
So, there's that. My own miniature wire bow. And you just can see me shooting 4 arrows. This too I'm going to put a timestamp on. Yeah. Now this is a Carrom cable, so it's about 1 meter wide. So it means my hand is like a mirror of the camera. You can tell. Because this camera doesn't have a wide lens, obviously. You have some distance between the two of anything, otherwise it's too much to put out. And that's really as far as shadow walking videos are concerned. Now I'm gonna replay this last shot in 5x slow motion, so you can just see how many frames this thing got. Here's the last shot in 5x slow motion. Okay, so this is another game. It wasn't actually part of my original plan to film, but it's Carrom. It's also called Figure Boards. Every black coin is worth 10 points, and every white coin is 20 points. The queen is 50 points, but you have to take in another coin. Immediately have to take two. These two are playing like they're not even breaking. Here too, if you want, you can slow-mo this, or our stamp this again. And it's nearly time for our final showdown, which is knife fighting with the children's digital cameras. Children knife fighting with the children's digital cameras. So I'll just wait for you right here. Now, of course, you can actually see me right there filming with this camera. I just scoots back way too far to actually play the game. So much for actually playing the game as film, sort of thing. Like, we're gonna try this sort of vlog again with the wide angle, like the DSLR, or the smartphone camera, the camera. Sooner or later, like, it's almost inevitable. If we get those cameras, we'll try to sort of vlog with those cameras. So here's knife fighting. Here's Rashid versus Shahid. Rashid's the guy in the black. He said he won. The guy in the black. Just watch. Hey, Babe.
They're telling.
हाँ, that's an चाकू से
Yeah,
मारते.
Rashid needs
उठो,
to get
उठो.
up, but he's like on the
और 12 सेकंड बाकी है.
Okay, so the bullet guy Rashid has really gotten it. Like, I'm for sure going to make that a short, but he's going to be compensated. Don't worry, he's going to be compensated. These are two others here. The rounds are 45 seconds. It's a rule. Now Rashid, the black shirt guy, he's in for blood.
Go! Fast!
And everyone's
Shahid!
cheering for Shahid because of his ability.
I'm getting away.
Shahid!
He's a boy.
Hey. Hit him back, it's fine.
Now Rashid was saying it's fine because he was hitting with the knife. But here's the thing, he was punching him with the knife in hand, but that's not really something we can pay attention to. What people don't realize about 10-9-5 knife fighting is if the guy punches you, as long as his hand had the knife in it, you just take that punch and keep on fighting as if nothing happened. Even with me against the law student, me versus Ronak, I think the third fight of this channel, Ronak is not an experienced fighter. Like, he's never done any sort of fighting thing before, so he doesn't know how to pull punches. Almost every time he had a neck stab, basically punching me in the neck.
Hey,
come
और
on,
15
finish
सेकंड
it,
है,
finish it,
वापस
finish it.
जाओ.
Yeah, some people are not cheering for Rashid because they understand the punches count. As long as they're with the
Okay,
right
this
hand.
is hilarious.
Punches with the other hand don't count though. Like, they're fouls. And Rashid is out for blood. He's got the ice pick, throwing Shahid off guard.
हाँ, क्या है?
Stop!
नहीं,
The fight's too
क्या
fun,
है?
that's what I said.
बहुत मजा आया है. ठीक है, अभी मुझे मार.
Just
अभी
daring
मुझे मार.
Rashid to hit me instead, if he wants to punch Shahid. Yeah, it's true. Shahid has become scared of him. Somebody else to try to take my knife.
It's time.
Okay, so, I
Hey.
mean, I hope you like this video. Right? Now, here's the thing. I am going to actually make separate vlogs for the wire bow making, for the knife fighting, for the first fight and the second fight of Rashid versus Sajid. Don't worry about that, and they're going to be put up where they're going to be really going viral. Now, that said, several other things are going to be here, right? But I mean, in reality, like, how did you enjoy this vlog? I mean, I hope this whole sports with a kid's camera actually paid off. Now, I apologize for any sore eyes and any sore ears because the audio and video quality is obviously not good, but I got some pretty entertaining clips in there. So, there's that, especially near the end. And that should be enough for this vlog. Like, it's the longest video I've ever made. It's about 20 minutes now. I think we can be done right here.